Energy. Bam. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to Bitcoin in the weekly candle close. Figure we get it out the way at the very beginning. I surprised you, didn't I? You didn't think that was coming, but it did, right? Shout out to all my beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We love you. We appreciate you. And we thank you so much for the love that you give the Crypto Lifer community and yourself every single day. Let's get that music back up and running here. Bang, bang, bang. I'm seeing a lot of SHIB come in. I'm seeing a lot of Doge come in. Very, very interesting times to be alive. Altcoins getting a bit of a bump this weekend. It was back to old times with the altcoins. My account, took a nice little pump to the upside. Let's take a look at what's happening here for Bitcoin. Let's break it down for you, dude, like we every single day, baby, on the live. I love you. I appreciate you. Hope you're having a wonderful day with you and yours. Thank you for jumping on in with the Crypto Lifer. Let's see what's happening in the chat. I like to interact with the chat. Hi, how you doing? It's like two people meet. Hey, how you been, man? My name's Sam. What's yours if you're new? And if my OGs and all my old school lifers, thank you for jumping on in. And if you just jumped in the past few months, past few weeks, we've been blowing up. The subscribership has been really, really booming. We love you. We appreciate you. Shout out to the SHIB army out there. A lot of SHIB getting bought. Look at the Doge. Look at the Bitcoin now, though. There's a Bitcoin bonanza right now and a Doge bonanza. Look at this. Heavy Bitcoin buying. A lot of Bitcoin cash. Some big chain link buys coming in here. You see that? Shiba Inu running in the spot. Some Tron. Big Tether getting injected. Tether injections. Big Ethereum buys, but some bigger Bitcoin. Oh, look at that. Massive Bitcoin buying right here. And if you saw, we had a short squeeze coming right when it all started, right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Is the music good? Music in a good spot? Could it be louder? I want to know. You like the music right where it's at? I think it's in a good spot. So, all right, let's move forward. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. We love you. You're back every 2 hours because what? It's you just playing. Just kidding, Boston, brother. Man, my wife is pregnant. She does get sick of me. It's very simple. I get sick of me too. You know what I mean? Audio is absolutely, yeah, man. I sat for like an hour making sure that everything was money. I really did. Shout out to Life for Adam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being awesome lifers. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. Link in the description. If you want to jump into BOOKMAP, I do get a commission. I greatly appreciate that. If you run in, get Global Plus, you'll have all this access yourself, be able to define it, know what's happening, and see the key areas. So when we look at the perp on Bitcoin, we got this big level here. Big red is up at 66,000. That's where the most liquidity lies, right? We do have some liquidity here at 63 and at 62. And even all the way down to about 59, 60,000. You go here, it's 58,660. So we're not out of the water yet for the 60K region. It could definitely still happen. Shout out to GF Burke. Thank you for posting that. You're the man. Shout out to Stas in the house. Shout out to everybody. And this sums it up. It's hard to see, but it has a Bitcoin symbol, and it says, should have listened to me. Yes. That's the key, right? Raspberry lime Rickies for everybody here. Okay. Who doesn't like raspberry lime? If you don't like raspberry lime, there's something going on, right? I don't know. No, I'm just messing around. Everyone likes different things. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's break it down. Let's talk about Bitty Bitcoin. Getting a nice little pump here in the last few minutes to the upside. I drew this like little flag here. We went elongated, still pumped to the upside. We never lost the 200 SMA. We got above this point of control. I like what I'm seeing for BTC. We're going to delete all this though, but this is what we've been working on throughout the day, just if you want to understand what's happening. We're just getting more sideways in this ascending triangle, right? Which to me is pretty bullish considering all the, sell pressure people think is going on, which, you have the halving. Everyone thought it was a sell the news event. All sorts of craziness went on, really, for Bitcoin. But right here, 65,864 is the target of this ascending triangle. As long as you hold this 200 SMA, tight moving averages, I like what I'm seeing here. Now, the 4 hour was the one thing we had to worry about, but I just want to show you, we get tight here. There's a big chance we go further to the upside and hit 65,800. Definitely a key level I would be paying attention to. Definitely a key level I would be watching for Bitcoin. Shout out to all my Bitcoin fiends and dreamers out here. Shout out to everyone that believes in a new system, something different, something bigger than themselves. You know what I mean? And again, you never know when you're going to pass. Sad to say, we all hope we live for a long, long time, but we never know, right? Life is fleeting. My mom passed in front of me this Thanksgiving, and you never know. So, but let's take a look at the weekly. And again, it's okay. I love each and every one of you, and I love my mom. She was amazing. It was, death is an experience. That's all I have to say about that today. Take a look here at the weekly, and let's, like I told, it's a bullish pin bar. I mean, it's a red candle, but it still represents some bullishness to the upside. You have a way bigger wick, a smaller wick to the downside, and you got that bit of a hammer here. You'd like to see this next candle close above this candle. See, just close above this candle, close above the wick too would be great to confirm this, reversal pattern here, to the reversal candle. Let's take a look, though. If you hover here, you see O, H, L, and C. We're going to take a look at what happened here for Bitcoin, all right? If Sammy's eyes can get him there, all right? Wow. Whoa. I'm losing my eyesight. So Bitcoin opened at 65,661 and 85 cents. The high was 66,867 and 7 cents. The low was 59,600, 0. So 59.6, and this is on Binance Spot. That's my go-to. Biggest exchange still, really the one that, will always be my go-to, my love. Binance, man. Even if I can't touch it or trade it, I always remember, always have a feeling. Binance was the first big boy, man, in my life, really. And then we would close at 65,090, all right, and a penny, okay? So, sorry, 65... No, actually, we would close at $64,941. We would go down $720.69, $720.69, right? Down 1.1% for Bitcoin. Appreciate if you check Dojo when you get the time. Yes, right away from you, my friend. Right away. And one thing I want to talk about is Gummy. We put out Gummy right here on the trading group. We knew it came out with banter. I'm not saying I'm a genius, but I just show it here. It did slip up a little bit, but if you continue to just kind of stick with it, bit of a kind of rounded bottom there, and Gummy is still up. About, then we put this flag out for you. It was either last night or maybe even earlier today. I can't remember exactly when. I think it was earlier today, yeah, because that's the 1 minute chart. You'd still be up 75% and actually still holding gains of about 35% on Gummy. So that's if you were just on the live stream earlier today, man. Gains on gains. So there was a pretty nice move in a lot of altcoins today that got the whole market a little frisky and interesting. Again, I'm not saying it's amazing, but hey, it was more movement than we had in the last few days, so I'll take it. If Gummy can maintain this double bottom, look, double bottom, double bottom, double bottom. So each part of the double bottom has a double bottom. You see what I mean? That's a double bottom. That's a double bottom. I don't love the structure per se, as it could be somewhat of a descending triangle, but, and again, so you're looking for it to break back above 1338. This thing could do numbers, only on a $114 million market cap, and we looked at it at like a $30 million market cap. Was an airdrop, I believe, out of the crypto banter community. I don't know everything about it, but I heard them talking about it a few weeks back. All right. So Gummy on the radar. Do I own any Gummy? I do not. I may have been airdropped it. I think you can still claim it if you want. I'll look into that. I haven't been spending much time on that. My life has been in complete shambles as I'm moving, and there's things all over my house. So, hey, but Gummy's hot. I will still give you the hotness, even if I don't decide to get in. I can't buy every single thing I see. I wish I could, though. Thank you. Appreciate that. I claimed some Gummy. How did you claim your Gummy? Just let us all know. We'll read your comment, and then everybody will know what they need to be doing. Sarasota Sammy coming handy. TA on SHIB looks prime. Thank you, Busta Crypto in the house, for the $5 super chat on this beautiful weekly screen share. Feels like the weekly screen share. Weekly candle close. All right. All right, let's jump back into the action here. Just want to see how many people we got here on the live. Jumping on in. Like a fire. Burn. Burn. Wow, 844 beautiful souls. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. $6.84 in chat revenue. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Blessings on blessings. I was down 2,000 on a phantom trade. Just closed 30 up. Ran up another, what would have been 700 gain. But that's trade is one. Learn my lesson, not to FOMO. Hey, man, as long as you mitigated your way out of that, God bless you. Unbelievable for doing that. The music is fire. Thank you. Says wallet submissions closed for Gummy. I claimed my Gummy too. I ended up with close to $465 in profit. That's pretty awesome if you think about it. A free $500 is awesome. Big time. Sold at 14. Ooh, that's the top basically. And it looks like there may be more to come. Anyway, so the weekly did not close above 65.5. We closed below my key area of support and resistance for the weekly, right? 65,500, is our area that we must get back above. I'm going to say it every single day until we're above it. So until we remain back above that, I remain bearish. And honestly, this is like the second definitive candle below this beautiful. So this is now resistance. 65.5. We must get back above 65.5 to remain bullish. We must get back above this key area here too at about 69K I call it. And there's this little, sorry, that moved up for me. And there's this little area too that I'm looking at is at 67,200. We can't break back above these three areas, right? So I'm going to be looking for us to reclaim 65.5 on the week. We actually almost did it a couple times. Even I think yesterday we were starting to make some headway. We would fall down, but still massive wickage to the upside. It's very rare I've seen it in my lifetime, just all the assets I've ever seen, to see wicks this big. And these are some of the biggest wicks Bitcoin has ever seen. I know it's too close. It sounds too close to what you're thinking, but don't do that. Don't go there. But it's some of the biggest wicks we've ever seen. But they're gigantic wicks. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is, it's very rare for me to see a dumpage to the downside when I've seen wicks this big. So you never know. You never know. So key areas to watch is this, right? Now, You don't want to be losing 63,000. See, look, this is another weekly support here where these two candles meet. You lose 63K, and we're still talking about possibly revisiting this bigger level, right? What I want to also show you real quick is the moving averages, which I go over every single day. If we come down to the 21, it wouldn't be surprising. It's rare, though, in a bull run, right? In a bull run, we may come close to it, but never really come back to the 21. I mean, this is the first time we've just been this exuberantly high after a halving. We're in a very different place. And that's why everyone's kind of like, but you know what I like? Is we're just kind of consolidating pretty nicely. Even though the weekly has had some time to dump, a lot of times you get a way bigger dump from this move all the way down to this move. You see what I mean? So far, the last time the weekly reset, we just went sideways in some chop. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks, really, for us to find our way. So once you get the pullback, it takes time. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. People are starting to capitulate. I've seen people leave the market. Like people are saying, hey, you know, it's time to jump on out. For whatever reason, they can't handle the staying power. I will tell you right now, how you gonna, if you can't wait a few months, right, for some gains, and how you gonna wait a few years for a few million? Like, millionaires take time. Like, if you put 2-3 million in a big in some stock, maybe, and you're waiting. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Just like, go read a book about stock investing. Go read a book about any billionaire that made billions of dollars in the market. You know, they'll put 10 million in and wait 4 to 5 years for it to turn into 100 mil, 50 mil. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't have patience, how you gonna turn that 10 mil into 100 mil? How you gonna turn that 100 mil into a billion? How you gonna turn that 1 million into 10 million? All right? And don't say you don't want to. Say, oh, I'm happy with my 100,000. Oh, I'm happy with my nice little... Man, everybody would love to have more money so they can help their family and friends and everybody around them, period. You know what you can do when you have more money? You can help all the people you know, right? You can take people to dinner that you like. You can just, you know, if you want to wish your mom a happy birthday and throw the biggest party for her, you can. You can do things you never thought possible. So go after your biggest dreams. Never hold back. Stay away from people that laugh at you. Your dreams should make people laugh at you. They should be so big that people just, like, can't believe how, you know, that your dream should be so big. All right? Man. All right. Okay, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. I just wanted to check, make sure... Yep. So hold on, I just want to see, I want to get out of here, and I want to just double check what I'm hearing here, what you guys are hearing. About to hear it right now, make sure it's all good. Oh, Coinbase card, like that. I hear the music, man. So this guy said there's no music. Just people trolling me, wasting my time. Please don't waste my time. I won't waste yours if you don't waste mine, you know? Appreciate you. But enough is enough. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm happy. I sat for a long time today making sure things were perfect. I wasn't going to play that game. I wasn't going to waste your time ever again with that nonsense. So look, weekly could even start to turn here on the stochastics. I like what I'm seeing here for the weekly. RSI is a little high. I'll tell you that. You know, but in bull runs, you can stay up here for an elongated period of time, especially if you have the buy pressure, right? So it's very rare you'll come back to the 21 with wicks this big. I'm telling you that right now from my years of trading, but you never know. Again, I don't have, some of my strategies aren't even just strategies. I've just been doing this for a long time. So I have a sense of what's happening based on just watching the market, right? So then you kind of draw this trend line, which is beautiful. You can draw this trend line. You can say that was just a breakout, fake out. We came back inside the pattern and we're still strong. Look at the 3-day, almost a bullish engulfing, but it came up strong. 3-day chart is actually super bullish. Like, look at that beautiful move on the 3-day. And look at this, tweezer bottoms. Whenever I've seen tweezer bottoms, matching candles with matching wicks, that is a beautiful sign to the upside, a strong reversal pattern. Many, many times in my life, I've seen that as a strong, strong reversal pattern. You get back above this 21-day moving average, the 3-day chart can really, really explode here. We can act like this stuff never happened, and this is a flag to the upside. We could plow ourselves ahead all the way up somewhere to about, I don't know, 86,700. By May 6th, and that's a possibility. I'm not saying it's a guarantee. You could even pull it out a little more. It might even take till May 15th, something like that. I'm never trying to tell you the exact time. As traders, we don't hit timing. I've hit timing a few times in my life, by coincidence of the measured move, but you don't want to go after timing. Like, it's going to be on this day, but you do want to say, hey, this is likely going to happen. This is what the charts convey. Right? So this is something that's very possible. The breakout, fake back inside the pattern, still inside of this falling wedge. This is still a flag. We could still push to the upside. Another thing that I keep harping about, and this the last time I found this hidden bullish on the 3-day, it was our go-to, and it ended up becoming our saving grace. Where everyone else was super bearish, we were able to see things that they couldn't. So you draw some fibs here, and you can see we almost wicked to the golden pocket. Could we come back down and hit the golden pocket at 59 one more time before a bounce? Possible. But this right here is swing down to swing down on the RSI, swing up to swing up, and this is what's called hidden bullish divergence, right? And you can get your text out here, and you can label this stuff so people can see what you're talking about. Bang. Hidden bullish div. And hidden bullish divergence, swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. It tells us the trend should continue to the upside. We should break these highs before we ever broke this low. All right, that's what it tells you. It says these highs will be broken before you ever break this low. Very likely the trend will continue to the upside. Again, there's no guarantees. Nothing in trading is. But I've seen this like 90% of the time play out. But you never know. Let's zoom back into the daily now as we continue our... All right, and I just love deep diving with you guys. And I love repeating the process every single day. Over and over again. Consistency breeds success. Over and over again. Consistency breeds success. Over and over again. Consistency breeds success. All right? Yeah, you work hard. Right? I like this guy. No results. Work hard. Bad results. Work hard. Good results. Work hard. Like, you just keep working hard no matter the results. You get what I'm saying? And eventually good results will come out over time, right? So we're in a range. Bottom, top, almost hit the bottom here. It's likely you do come to the top of the range. You can see a lot of your VRVP people, and I see it already here, but we can scan it here closer too. And you can see, like, you want to come to the point of control and then head back to the top of the range. This is likely what's going to happen. We're going to flush up to the range. There's so much stops up here for the people that shorted the market. So this is where there's a lot of liquidity right now at the present moment in time too. So I'm not saying this is a guarantee, but it's definitely something you want to pay attention to here on the VRVP, the fixed one and the moving range, right? I keep the VRVP here, the volume range visual profile, the VRVP, it's my baby, the VRVP baby. So the visual range volume profile, the VRVP. So yeah, again though, we're hitting a resistance, which we've hit. That weekly resistance at 65.5 really came into play. And if I bring this up here, you can see on the daily, this is our last bounce, 65,300 with the wicks even up to 65.5. So it's 65.3 to 65.5, but that area is a problem, right? Repetition is the mother of mastery. Amen, my friend. Amen. Amen. Jackson, my son, is listening to you. He's 12 years old. God bless Jackson Crawford and Jackson Jr. We love you. We appreciate you. And that's why we don't use profanity here. We treat women with utmost respect. Okay, and we never talk back to our mothers and our fathers here at this channel. Understood, Jackson? Okay. All right, here, look what we have here. We have ourselves an inverted head and shoulder kind of head, inverted head and shoulder. That could really possibly get us a move to the upside. What I don't like, 12 hours a bit overbought here, and you're not able to get above resistance. We would need a short squeeze, preferably sooner than later. The 8-hour danced above the 200. Showing signs that it wants to stay above the 200 MA. As long as we stay above the 200 MA on the 8-hour, we have nothing to worry about. The second we lose it, I'll flip to possibly us being pretty bearish again, and there's a chance we go back to 53,000. So it's not amazing right now. Bitcoin's definitely in some sideways chop as we head into Sunday night, into Monday morning. Heavy volatility. Overbought on the stochastics RSI. I would have suggested a dump by now for Bitcoin, right? Just looking at it, if I looked at it upside down here and flipped it, just to see, it does look and resemble some of it a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, right? But what if you got above this? It would pump back to the upside again, right? Which would be the dump back down. So you'd like to see this get rejected and dumped that way. Kind of looks more likely it would get back above this and pump. So when I'm looking at it upside down, kind of looks like we're more likely to dump. You get what I'm saying? If I had to look at it arbitrarily and just be, completely honest with myself, it does look like that. I do see this wedge did break out. I love this resistance that held the support at 63,000, 161 here, 63.2. I'd love for that to hold. So that's the key levels that I'm watching. I'm not opening up any huge big trades right now. We did get the bounce. We played a few longs, right? In the last few days, we've been actually swinging longs beautifully off the 1 hour, in the 1 minute, 200 SMA. We had that nice long off the 7 minute the other day. And the nice call actually even yesterday morning on Saturday, right? So the trades have been great, right? You can't complain. I did one of my first 100x trades the other day. Saturday, was it? Yeah, Saturday night. And played out pretty nicely to the upside. I don't suggest doing that. I did it kind of, I guess, for, a late night thrill. I shouldn't, and I didn't put what I, I'm not saying I was betting the farm there. But, the way I trade leverage is with extreme caution. Usually no more than 37x leverage, and usually not with tons of money. And I use a stop loss on every single trade, right? I've made majority of my money swinging spot and doing different things in DCAing, but I do use leverage to create spot positions. I'll put $5,000, trade it up to $7,000, $8,000, then I'll take the $3,000, buy $1,000 of Bitcoin and $2,000 of an altcoin. Continue to do that, especially if there's slow movement in the altcoins and you're waiting, but Bitcoin's been volatile. You can take the volatility of Bitcoin and run it into the altcoin. That's what I do. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as advice, but that's just kind of my strategy. I'm all about long term. Anything I make long term, I'm thinking of putting into something long term. You know what I mean? Because long term is where the big money is at. I'm telling you right now, you can say whatever you want. We're all working to get to a long-term portfolio. That's what you're working on. To eventually have a long-term portfolio of Bitcoin. I mean, in my humble opinion, if I'm not in this game to have a long-term Bitcoin portfolio, then what am I in this game for? You know what I mean? Everyone's trying to make all these USD pairs, and which is fine. I'm in USD. I'm not saying I don't trade USDT, but at the end of the day, it's building a nest egg in Bitcoin that really, really gets me excited. That's really what I was here for. That's the conviction that I stick to, right? Why? Because I always talk about how they print money to zero and how they're going to continue to do so. It's such an important part of my thesis and what I teach you guys every single day. I study history, therefore I don't worry or stress what I'm doing, because history has told me that over time, if I continue to buy the asset that's scarcer, I will eventually end up with more money than people that don't buy the asset that's scarcer. It's very simple, or more wealth, or more opportunity, or my money, whatever I work hard for and however I store it. It's really energy. Everyone doesn't realize your money is your energy. You go to work, you give some energy, they give you what represents that energy. You store it, right? You put it somewhere. Some people gamble it away. Some people want the rush. Some people do whatever they want with their money, right? Some people aren't good with money. Some people are afraid of money, so they don't use it properly, all right? Look, the 15-minute wants to come down on you with a bearish resistance here and a bearish divergence. That tells us that we're likely going to come back down to 22. So, a heavy rejection here for Bitcoin on the local time frame at about 65,121. And you can see a nasty drop to the downside here for Bitcoin. This was even a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Look for this to lose the 200. If the 15-minute loses the 200 and you get one or two candles below it, you're likely dropping all the way down to this value area low. There's a chance you're coming in for the big boy here and some really giant double bottom. At that point, you're looking for a bullish div on the 1 minute, 7 minute, something like that. The bullish divergence would be like this, right? Boom. The RSI would come up and make an uptrend, but price would come down and make another downtrend. Boom. And then that would be a reversal possibly, preferably right here off the double bottom. But I'm just trying to give you a visual so you can see what I'm talking about, all right? Divergence is what you look for, juxtaposing, and I should have drawn it on the RSI, I like to use it on the RSI more than on the stochastics, but you can see it on both indicators. But the RSI to me is the most dedicated instrument for divergence. It's the one I use the most. You can even see divergences here on the MACD, but I find that the RSI is just far better in translating that information, all right? Again, I don't go hard in trading chop. I can identify chop. Let's talk about the trade that we did give you, though, that's still in the money, right? When the 7 minute broke above the 200, we talked about this being an entry point out that little flag. This is the flag we talked about just the other day. We were sitting there. That's still in the money, this trade. I believe it was Friday afternoon. Yeah, April 20th at 4:20. And yesterday. Yesterday morning stream. So, and then we came back yesterday to show you the gain. So you're still in the gain from yesterday's morning stream. You see that? Until you break these lows. So let's see if we can hang out inside the pattern. Let's see if the pattern can hang, do its thing, and we can continue. You got this tighter idea that's, to me, a little bit of a stretch, but I like that we're just inside of this ascending triangle. And it was built pretty nice by some price action. Let's see if we can hang. Right now, look, we're bouncing off that low area too. Let's take a look at our 1 minute time frame, which has been a beautiful go-to. Every time you've gotten above the 200, nice little pump with a sell-off at the top of the stochastics. It's a go-to thing that I teach my students over and over and over again that you can use many, many times. Sorry, I backed up for the mic there. Didn't realize I was so far away. And how much this mic is super sensitive and it changes everything. So I want to make sure you guys are really getting it in, understanding what I'm saying, and you're a part of the show. Like, I'm right there in front of you. Want to stay connected. Big Daddy BTC is the answer. Some people are afraid of money, so they don't use it properly. Good one, mate. I was actually anti-money, anti-economy until crypto. Yeah, Sol has made my best holder of this run. Me too, man. Shout out to Solana, baby. Started buying Solana at $20 too. So, perfect sound. Shout out to GF Burke. We love you. Smash the like. Shout out to everybody here on the live. We appreciate you. And that's what happens. When you have issues, you make it perfect. You know, issues just make you perfect things. You know? Like Elon Musk trying to fly to the Mars, right? Eventually he's going to get there. It's just going to take him some time. Let's get the likes up to the watches, everybody. We got 1,125 people here on the live. 389 likes. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We still have less viewers here on the weekly candle close. Bang, bang, bang. Great sound with Shore. Oh, yeah. SMP 7, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. Best mic in the game, man. What can you expect the market? When can you expect the market to boom? Bullish on Aerodrome. Yeah. So here's the deal tonight. We really want to make sure that this pattern holds. You don't want to end up making a lower low. The 15-minute doesn't look too good. Let's see if the 7-minute can save the day. The 7-minute should be super oversold. That's what we're going to look for here. All right, for Bitcoin. Yes, yes, yes. I wanted to really zoom in here. I get this email from this guy. He's like, I can't see your candles, man. Well, now you can see the candle. Nice, right? So here's the deal. And honestly, when we place it here, I do see, that's why I was making this smaller, like ascending triangle, which these mainly do break to the downside. I have to say, it's as sad as that is. I wish they didn't, but they mainly do. Okay. So this is something that I'm looking at here for Bitcoin, and it's on my radar. Up, down, getting tighter inside of this triangle, possibly with a bigger move to the upside for BTC. All right. Sammy, hope you had a great day today. Super happy to see you on tonight. Shout out to my man. Thank you, D-Stash. That's very nice of you. One of the nicest people in the game. Wow. Shout out to Seek Parabolic. I like that name. It's a cool name, man. That's someone I would like to hang out with, Seek Parabolic. And we could seek parabolas together and get paid. GRT chart, any thoughts? I don't miss the weekly ever. Shout out to Patrick. I love you, man. Using TA to predict is like a music theory to predict how a song will go before you listen to it. It's funny how you said that because I took music AP. It was one of the only AP. I took U.S. History AP, Music AP, right? I wasn't the greatest student, but I took 2 AP courses in high school. And in Music AP, they taught us about harmonic patterns. And, like, we could find the note by looking at a chart. And, like, they would take away the note, and we were able to figure out where the note is. It was pretty interesting. It blew my mind. Like, math is in everything. Fibonacci patterns are in music. It's all around us, everywhere. The way we're built, the way we see, the way we, heck, the way our voice probably goes Fibonacci, how it goes up and then 618% back, retracting from the eardrum. Who knows? But there's so much going on as the 888's flashed. So inside a bit of a symmetrical triangle here, you can see it, right? And these mainly break to the downside. I have to tell you that you get this kind of wide angled bodied resistance here or a move to the upside. So I would watch the 7-minute. If you break down, you're likely losing this point of control. And you can see the gap in the VRVP, which coincidentally matches the exact measured move of the symmetrical triangle. The 15-minute doesn't, doesn't look amazing. And neither does the 4-hour. When the 4-hour and the 15-minute both look dumpy to me, it's likely we do get a pretty nasty dump to the downside. But at the same time, see how the 4-hour got this green bar and started to bend? I like that. And the 4-hour was the time frame that I was most kind of stressed about. So if this trend line holds throughout the night, we're likely to kind of, hopefully tomorrow morning we can open up. So if we hit shift here, and again, I showed you exactly how to trade Bitcoin the last 2 days, and everything's been straight on, even since Friday night, right? We've been spot on since Friday night, man. Even since Thursday night in the weekly screen share. Remember when I got us on the 1-second reversal? Man, calm, cool, and collected. Like, what a week this has been. We've done a very good job, each and every one of you, all my lifers, sticking with me. It's not easy. If you got the staying power, if you're here, you're likely going to make it. Because like at this point, they've flushed out people that just can't hang. You know what I mean? And if you can hang, you're ready for it. You're a warrior. You're a soldier. You're a crypto. You're a crypto angel, right? I don't want to put crypto in any type of violent light. Like, we're angels, man. We're lovers of life. Cryptocurrency wants everybody to survive. Everybody to survive. We're blessed to have you. Make it very easy to come every single day. Well, bless you for coming, man. I wouldn't be able to come if you didn't come every day. If you didn't show up every day, how could I show up every day? So remember how much you changed my life, each and every one of you. All right. Yeah. Back at you. Keeping it chill. Shout out to GF Burke. We love you, man. Crypto Angels, baby. Lost a lot, but we'll make it back. Amen. We bless you and have it make it easy to be here every day. Appreciate your positivity. Ayo. Thank you. Super chats. Dojo and Shiba Inu. Let's take a look at those super chats. And thank you so much for the super chats, too. You people have been absolutely amazing. So here's the deal. The 1 hour still has legs. The 4 hour also isn't looking too bad. We got to get through this 50-minute dump, which is looking pretty nasty. If we lose the 200, it's going to tell us we're likely going to drop down to either 63.9 or down to 63,100. This is why I jump back into BOOKMAP one last time. See what's happening with BOOKMAP, BOOKMAP. And BOOKMAP does have this key area all the way back down here. All right. At about 58,960, right? So definitely a level that we want to pay attention to. Something that we definitely want to watch. BOOKMAP. All right. Don't want to get that shadow on my face there. Yeah. Hey, you know. So BOOKMAP's 58,750 is where most of the liquidity lies tonight. And the 50-minute doesn't look good, and it could eventually corral that 4 hour to dump on us. So 58,000 is still there. But when we pull up here, we still got this level here too at 65.7. But again, it's right above weekly support or resistance, meaning we might just tap that area, and then that might be kind of, you know, a push to the downside. So, but interesting enough, something to think about. We have some things to ponder here for Bitcoin. Shout out to the 1,155 people, 423 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. We just had one of our biggest streams, 2,500 people live, blasting off. The whole week was out of control. Up to 2,000 viewers regularly on the stream. So we appreciate you all for being here on this night. Sam, how about them Celtics and Bruins looking good in the playoffs so far? Let's go, baby. Let's go. 66,050 would be the target. So symmetrical triangle I see inside of the bigger ascending triangle. How you play it is if you lose the 7-minute 200, you lose the 15-minute 200, which you are right now, which is a bearish sign. So that's already beginning of bearishness right there. So now you're just hoping this trend or this trend holds. But, you know, below a point of control and below the 200 usually spells a move to the downside. So I see more bearishness right here unless, so here's the deal. I wouldn't long anything unless Bitcoin breaks above here and bounces, because that means it will break back above the 200 and showing signs of life. Right now, a short is more likely. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's more likely because you're below the 200 and you're below the point of control. You likely fall down to the value area lows. This is just something that you have to think about. 63,972 for Bitcoin. I like to grab these key levels here and show you by grabbing just like the price note here and putting it right down on price action so you can see what's happening and you can get your key levels to watch. All right. And then your point of control is sitting nicely at about 65 even, right? 65K. All right. This is the hottest crypto channel in the game right now. No jokes. Shout out to Charles Grant, man. We love you. We appreciate you. What people don't realize is, for me, this is accumulation. Anywhere from 50,000 up to this level. Bitcoin goes back to 50K. This is accumulation, in my humble opinion. All right. What's our most bearish scenario for Bitcoin? Something I was looking at. I gave this to the trading group earlier today. All right. But again, nothing really happened. You're still kind of in the mix with us here. I like Alphium. There's a cup, there's a handle, 200 SMA. If Bitcoin tanks, everything will tank. But I got a low, a high, a higher low. And I like what I'm seeing this for ALPH. ALPH. All right. And there's a bunch of different ALPHs. This is Alphium on MEXC. All right. Not to be confused with maybe another ALPH, right? ALFPH or something like that. There's a bunch of different ALPHs out there. I think there's 2, maybe even 3. But this one's Alphium, ALPH, IUM, USDC on MEXC. Shout out to everyone. If you want to jump on into the trading group, hit the link right here in the pinned comment section and join CryptoLifer.com. Get the education you deserve. Understand what moving averages are. Understand how to use the 200 SMA like a boss. Finally have a strategy you can put to work within a month or 2. Really, if you can hang out with me, I can show you key, simple ways to learn how to trade, and then you can expand on those once you gain confidence. We'll teach you how to demo trade. We'll push you to the next limit, and we'll just get you going. It's definitely something you want to pay attention to. It's definitely something that you want to work on. All right. It's going to be amazing. So another thing I want to talk about is your taxes. If you haven't done your taxes yet, go to decrypted.tax. Crypto Lifer special pricing. Book a free consultation below. Enjoy 25% off your standard pricing. Maybe you're a delinquent. Maybe you haven't been doing them in a while. Maybe it's time to turn a new leaf, or maybe you just want a question answered because you're not sure what's happening and you've been worried. Get rid of that worry. Fear does not exist. When you get knowledge, fear is gone. Jump on in, book a consultation today, and find out what happens at decrypted.tax. tax. All right. So Bitcoin, if it can hold this key level, this is just kind of what I'm watching. Once it loses this level, I'm looking for 63,900, right? 64K. So, and we do see liquidity either way. Let's see. What do I see happening for the night? If I speculate, this is speculation, right? Because I just gave you the TA. I don't know what's going to happen, but it'd be cool if we just kind of go sideways throughout the night. I show up tomorrow morning and that 1 hour is ready to blast, 6, 7 in the morning. And when I give my Bitcoin update, we're ready to rock. You know, I like that we had pretty lack of volatility tonight as the candle closed. It doesn't mean we won't have more volatility into tonight, but it's definitely something that you want to pay attention to. And I'm excited for it, right? I need some altcoins to buy and sell for Bitcoin to moonride. I like that. Just got some ALPH. Just bought 3,000 Doge tokens. Wow, that's a lot of Doge. Look at this BVM network. I don't own any of this thing, but it was hot to me. It was looking very interesting. And look, it's just been ripping ever since it was down at $2. It ripped all the way up to 5 or 6 or something. It actually hit the target we were looking at about 640. Wait, well, look. Yeah, so like I saw it come back down. I made the Twisted Sister. So I was saying whatever one it does, and it ended up doing the falling wedge back to the 618. You buy the 618, which would be 4, and, you know, you sell the measured move. Anyway, I know it's messy. We're going to clean it up for you in a second. So I'll look at this on the 8-hour time frame, but this thing has just been ripping to the upside ever since I really started looking at it down at that $3 region. BVM network, right? And so you want to see if it can, what I like about this is we don't have to buy it at all right now. I like to swing trade things like this. So I just want to see that it bounces off this key level. Now I do see two things that could possibly happen, right? So my next big measured move, like the most I can get out of this is probably $5 to $9, right? That's just like the scalability of what I can get in a swing trade, right? If I'm able to buy the exact bottom, I may miss that and have to buy something similar. Excuse me for burping there. I did not mean to do that while I was talking. Having some salsa water while I'm on here is got me going. All right. Thank you for the $50 membership from Ernest Lee, man. Ernest Lee is the man at Decrypted.tax. He's the guy right there blessing y'all with the memberships. We love you. We appreciate you. And Ernest, man, we thank you so much for the love. And it really means the world to me that you would do that. So thank you so much, man. Wow. Look at those memberships coming on in. Bang, bang, bang. Wow, grabbing them up. And I am going to start doing membership live streams. I'm telling you, especially when I get to the new house. So bear with me. I'm going to do one in the next few days in the woods. Take you on a walk or something like that. Just want to bring you guys different places behind the scenes that no one else gets to see on the membership live streams, right? Maybe even drop some cool gems and just everyone, like once a week, do a membership live stream. So things I want to, maybe I'll make like the weekly candle close. Maybe one of the live streams we switched. Like maybe the Sunday morning live, something like that will change. But could this be a right shoulder and a dump to the downside with a retest down? Possibility. But what I'd like to see is this thing bounce. If it gets the nice bounce to the upside here, boom, right? And we start getting tighter inside the zone, we can get a move further up all the way to about 964. So definitely something that I'm looking for that could happen. All right. Wow, everyone grab those memberships up. Get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done. Get all 50 of them. While my man gave another 50, Ernest Lee gave 50, and Decrypted.tax gave 50. Oh my God. Insanity. So $9.68. Then we also have $5.93. Thank you so much, Ernest. That's very nice of you. $4.45. All right. So you want to see this trend line hold and get a bounce. I mean, what I like about this is I don't trade these, see? I wait for them to come into the buy zone. So I want to see this thing bounce. Right now I put an alert right here on that line. If it comes back up, comes down and hits this alert, boom. The alert hits, we make our move on BVM. But I like what BVM's doing. It's definitely on the radar. And it's definitely something, I'm not saying, and that's what I tell people. I'm trained not to just buy anything. I wait for a perfect time. I execute. I watch. I sit. Patience, 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 patience. Patience pays, everybody. Everyone wants to make money immediately. It has to be now, now, now. Gimme, 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 gimme. Triple up, double up. You know, my buddy just did this at a meme. I want this. You know, to the dedicated and the discipline goes the big gains. You know what I mean? to the dedicated and the disciplined. Over time, if you lack discipline and focus, you may make some big gains. You'll lose it all because you would just lack discipline and focus, and that's just what's going to happen. All right? So funny. All right. Moving forward, let me take a look back at what's happening in the chat, because I know there was a couple super chats that I want to jump into too as well. All right. Let's hit that fan funding up. Look at Amp. He says, look at CPOOL on KuCoin. So much kindness here. Shout out to Aaron. We love you, man. Thank you. Sammy, thanks for sharing your most valuable asset, and that is your time, baby. That is your time. Let's take a look at DOJO from my man Stas, and let's take a look at SHIB. And I don't want to skip some too. I got some here. We got GS Shoker, Jid Shoker. Sam, can you please take a look at Andy ETH? It's been following Pepe pattern to a T. 4 exchange listings tomorrow as well. God bless. Andy on ETH has been ripping. Apps out of control too. All right, let's take a look here at DOJO. Let's take a look at SHIB and DOJO. We already went over Gummy just in case. Gummy's the new craze. We talked about it. If you got into Gummy when I showed it to you, you'd be up huge already too. And if you got into Gummy on the airdrop, right, it was a no-brainer, right? So DOJO. The man's exchange. No, but it's a pretty interesting exchange here. DOJO. So to me, it like faked out, broke out. Like it had a nice fake out, right? Out of the move, out of this bigger move. Felt like it was in a really nice channel. It's going to have resistance here and some resistance there. It's got really nice support where it bounced, like resistance, bounce, 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 right? Am I buying DOJO? I don't think so. I've chased, you know what? Once I get exposure to an ecosystem, I like to let it sit. I got Osmo, I got Injective, I got Celestia, right? I got, I got one other one, I can't even remember. And I got Atom, right? And I got them all staking. They're doing their thing on the Kepler wallet. It's actually time to restake, actually, on my Kepler. So, just a lot going on, man. A lot going on. Boom, 1.262 right there is the key level that I'm looking for. If this thing has legs, I'm not trading it, and I'm not putting it down. It could be amazing. I'm just spread too thin in certain protocols. It's got low liquidity compared to the market cap. It's all right. DOJO, it would have to make it back to 126. Seems like it got sold off pretty hard. I don't know if it got airdropped or something like that, or people got tokens. It's at one of the dexes on Injective, which is pretty interesting. You know, if Injective does well, DOJO should do numbers, really, in theory. All right. Let's take a look at our baby Shiba Inu here and see what's happening on SHIB. Shibby, shay, shibby, way. No, I just like SHIB. All right, so SHIB had that bigger move up, right? But then got slaughtered back down to its 706 place. Let's take a look at what's happening to SHIB. We're going to delete all our old work. We're going to take a look at it. And let's look at it on the weekly if we can. So, wow, that beautiful consolidation. I remember when SHIB consolidated, we called this move, and the next thing you know, it was gone. That was one of the amazing moves I ever called. It was weird. But I don't know how we do it. But you know what? If you just go over so many charts and you see key levels, you're going to hit a lot of key levels on a lot of charts, right? It just kind of, it's consistency. A lot of people try to figure out the sauce, and they say whatever they want about the lifers, right? At the end of the day, they're like, dang, if I worked as hard as him, I probably have the results. So, like, there's really nothing else you can say but just wake up earlier, go to bed later, and see if you can get it in as much as the lifers do, you know? It's just, we take life by the horns, right? We don't waste a day. Every day is a blessing. And through our gratitude with God, and why I believe every day is a blessing, I was watching this one guy. He's like, some days we don't wake up feeling good. Some days there's weeks. I mean, 1 out of like 80 days, I don't feel good. But almost, if I work out, if I take care of myself, if I do my ritual, which I have my morning and my daily rituals that keep me invigorated and keep me grateful, if I follow that path and I follow that gratitude, man, everything is great, right? Like everything is great. And every day becomes amazing. Some days it's a little gray. Some days you may be slightly irritable, but you got to find a way out of that. And usually working out is a really, really good example of doing something like that. So I look at SHIB on the weekly, right? And it's actually a little overbought but curving, but doing a lot like Bitcoin's been doing. I look at it on the daily, and it actually had a nice little pump. So let's take a look at it on the daily here. SHIB had a nice move. How big was that move for Shiba Inu? Let's take a look here. $25% gain for SHIB, and it took like, I mean, it went sideways for 9 days, and then it finally pumped in the last 4 days, right? But it technically, to me, did get rejected at like the top of this channel, you know, for sure. So bottom of the channel, top of the channel, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin takes a dump, SHIB comes back down to a key buy area. If it loses this point of control, what if it drops all the way back down to here? It could happen, all right? I'm not saying that's going to happen. Look what we're seeing here. And we're going to jump in to segue this into total 3 in a second just to kind of see what's happening. But shoulder, head, can we get that right shoulder? Can we retest this? Can we break out, retest this top trend line and get busy? It really depends on Bitcoin. SHIB follows Bitcoin pretty closely. You know, it is a meme, but because it's been around so long and it's an older meme, it does tend to follow like the bigger idea, you know. I looked up at the moon tonight and it looked pretty full to me. Tells me the next full moon has to be in the next few days. So, right? Just the way the moon looks right now. So, full moon dates, April 23rd, right? Right there. And I told you, I knew a moon was coming. I could just look at the moon. And so, in 2 days, we have a full moon. Bitcoin does like to pump on around maybe 4 or 5 days after or around the new moon. You know what I mean? So, chances are we get a move. I'm here up in Dublin, New Hampshire. If you ever want to come see me, I'm hanging out, you know, chilling with relatives. But, you know, yeah. So, beautiful SHIB, right? Can we get a move all the way up here to the upside? Bubbling in Dublin. So, we don't want to lose the 2127 area. That's going to be a key sauce. If we lose that, I mean, we get some nasty droppage. You can see there's a quick move back down to the next support zone, which is pretty far away. So we'd have to get a move down there. It's pretty far away there for Shiba Inu there, dude, with the Boston accent there. Hey, I played a cop. I played a fireman. Sam, I could do this. My name's Marky Wahlberg, and it doesn't matter. Tommy, I don't know why Tommy got into FTX. I told him to do Gala with me on The Rock. He would have made a bunch of money with me on The Rock. It doesn't matter, though. I played a cop. I played a fireman. I can do this. I was the shooter. I'm a peacock. Let me fly. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate you. Hey, Sham, when are you going to stop doing those stupid, silly, always doing impersonations, you know? Like you think you're Peter for Peter Griffin, but we know you're not. Everyone doesn't think it's funny. You just stop it, all right? I don't want you doing my impersonations ever again. You're not me. You never were. You never will be. Why are you doing this to me, Peter, in front of everybody? You know, just let me do the impersonations and let me get it like... No, Sham, you can't do it like that. And my fun... Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Sham, when I do crypto, I do watch your channel, all right? You give me the good picks, and I can drink all night and then wake up in the morning and still make gains. So I appreciate it. Peter, when are you going to stop drinking, man? You're overweight. And your kids would love it if you didn't. Don't tell me what to do. I love Quahog and I love my beer. Leave me alone. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here as we get you through this night. I like what SHIB can do. Could SHIB get us all the way up to this key level at 55.04? There's a chance. There's a chance. There's a chance. All right. All right. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. All right. Shout out to the 1,125 people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We appreciate you for being here. I'm going to ask a question. I might have to turn off the, I don't know if I can turn these off. I used to be able to turn them off when I'm connected. I have to disconnect and they just keep running. Hold on one second. Yeah, I guess they go through like the desktop somehow. So like they somehow are running right through it all. I think I took the sound off. Would I not hear them anymore? I might still hear them, but maybe you don't hear them. It's just, I appreciate it, but to me, it's like, it's distracting. Because I need to focus, and I can't. You know what I mean? That's my only thing. Am I the only one, or do you guys not care? You tell me. Let's get the likes up to the viewers for the hottest working man in crypto. Thank you. We're all glad to be here. It's the best channel. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Yeah, super chats, 5x, Andy ETH. Thank you, Andy/ETH. Yeah. It sounds like slot machines. I don't care if people getting in free. The membership notification sounds stink. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta pause it, man. I'm gonna take away the music for a little while, guys. Hit the memberships as much as you can, but I want to keep it focused for you guys. You know what I mean? This is what it's all about. I'm rich because of your streams. Thank you, man. My brother, what's something you consider what prices in discovery area? Measured moves, fib extensions. Whenever the measured move gets high and the 21 is away from everything, that's the key. When the 21-day moving average gets far away from price action, it's in an overvalued area for sure. That's the key levels that you want to pay attention to. All right? That's the key levels. And then I can even, hold on, alert box. There it is. And I appreciate the memberships. They're awesome. I'm only on for so long, and I got to maintain. The alert is fun and cool for new subscribers, but not for them bears. Frankie Candle impersonation. No, thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, I love Frankie. He's a good guy. So here's the deal. Up to 99% gains, but it might come back down and do a right shoulder, and there's a chance we do come and test this bottom trend line one more time. All right? Okay. Yeah. You can still hit the subscribe. You guys can still join, right? And I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. We won't hear it or see it for a second. All right? Crypto Billy. Good people all around. Yeah, I just don't want to. Every once in a while, I'm on a fun move, but I don't want to take it too far, man. All right, let's take a look at Andy/ETH here, as someone brought up Andy/ETH. That seems to be cooking on the same path as Pepe did. And I got Andy for ETH on base, but I know there's an Andy on ETH too, though. I believe there's an Andy for wrapped ETH on Ethereum. There's also Andy on Blast, which I thought was going to be hot. But funny, Andy has been ripping to the upside. Funny, Andy, who would have thought it? That simple, right? Got a buddy named Andy, right? And we knew about Andy pretty early, like somewhere in here, when it couple days it came out. But I thought Andy on Blast would be hotter. So it did a 5x, and then since even this little move here, it's up 230, $120 million market cap for Andy, right? It came back. Oh, did I put the music back on? Thank you. Get your Crypto Lifer mug today. My daughter just reminded me, get your Crypto Lifer mug. Keep it on the desk. Remind you of being a lifer. All right? Oh, yeah, I hear it, but you guys don't hear it. That's the thing. So I keep hearing it, but it's okay. I know if I connect it to the channel, I could get it, but it's all right. God bless all the people that subscribe today, and thank you so much for giving memberships away. It's very nice of you, earnestly. We appreciate 100 people jumping into memberships, and it's expensive. It's no joke. $4 a membership that's $400. Very, very nice of you. Blessings on blessings for everyone here on the live. All right. Let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame and see what we're seeing here on the 1 hour. Okay. When I look at the 1 hour time frame, that's what happens when you get 100 memberships. They're gonna come in. So that's the blessing of the 100 memberships, man. So Andy on ETH is looking a lot like Bitcoin, right? Like in an ascending triangle, getting tight. But to me, that's pretty bullish for a little meme coin, right? And that's some nice consolidation. Andy on ETH looks like it's gonna move. There's also Andy on Blast. There's also Andy on Base. So there's Andys all over the place. That rhymed, right? Andy on blast, Andy on base. Andy's all over the place. Hey. That next measured move for Andy does take it to 0-2-4 or 2-4-1-4, you know, however you want to see that. I'm not going to count the zeros for you. But a possible 100% gains. To me, it's late. Like, if I don't get into something super early, I'm kind of like, eh. But maybe it does a 10x to $1 billion market cap. Very still possible, right, for Andy. Seems to be super possible. Look at the huge buys coming in. 24, 1,900, 1,000, 1,900. I don't own any of this coin. I don't know who does. I don't have that many people that I know that are into Andy, but Andy's booming. I do want to see Andy on. I'm going to look at a bunch of coins here now on Deck Screener, right? There's Andy on blast. This is when I first heard about it. Was when Andy was on blast. I was like, oh, Andy on blast. Andy on blast was ripping, all right? When I first heard about it. Has since come down, right? So Andy on blast did like an 8x here. Came back down, did the rounded bottom. Blast is another new chain that's getting pretty interesting, right? And there you have it too, with a resistance level at about 1750. And so you got all your support and resistance lines. And I could even, sometimes I just add indicators here, like you hit RSI, you can slap in the relative and the stoke, and that's all you really need for me personally. And then you draw a fib and see how that fib leveled out from impulse. All right, right-click the fib, hit your settings, flip that to the right side. You don't want to see the, hold on, you want to make sure you're in the right place. Yeah, there you go. And just flip it to right, extend lines right. No. But you want to flip this, which you'll see right here. Labels to the right, right? And, I mean, you can see that it bounced off of basically the 886 retracement. And so that's like the lowest things go. So could Andy on blast start to go? You never know. Then there's also Andy on base, right? Which is weird to me. There's Andy everywhere, right? I thought Andy on base was going to be hot. Andy on base did numbers too, pulled back. They all seem to be kind of somewhat interesting, though. So this did the 8X, pulled back, got the pump. So you want to see if Andy on ETH gets the pump like Andy on blast did after it kind of came back down. This looks very as a 786. Yeah, it hit the 786 basically exactly before it bounced back to the upside. That's a cup and handle, too, for Andy on ETH. I don't have Andy on ETH. I'm just saying. I mean, Andy on base. The problem is there's 3 of every coin, and there's probably Andy on Sol, Andy on base. It's just, to me, that's kind of whack. That's what I like about BRC20s. You can't do that, right? There's going to be one name, one coin. Like, you can't have 10 coins of the same name, you know? It gets crazy after a while, right? You do have this cup and handle here for Andy on base, which is interesting to me, and that could do numbers, all right? Let's take a look at our baby PEPECOIN, which I think is going to be huge with the brains and BASEDAI. And it just, to me, it tells a story here of some bigger gainer, right? It is on Ethereum. And so let's take a look at what's going on for PEPECOIN. Sitting at about $5, right? It's been kind of hanging out like Bitcoin, but it did dip from this $5 all the way up to $7, came back down, but it just slowly trudging, right? You want to see it just kind of get tight, hold this trend line, go up and down, and then be able to blast. What will look like somewhat of a symmetrical triangle, right? This will be your bullish sign if PEPECOIN can continue to move. It does have some resistances, and it's on a nice support zone right here for PEPECOIN. And I want to look at BASEDAI as well. This coin I do own, BASEDAI. I'm not stressing too much about it. I just want to see what it's doing here on base. Actually, sorry, this is BASEDAI. BASEDAI is actually flat. Hasn't gone anywhere. I don't know if this is just in the dumps, too, and never comes back. Well, the market cap is horrible. So BASEDAI looks like it may have been a loser, man. You never know. I did throw some money in that, but we'll see. But BASEDAI, completely different project, in my humble opinion. This is on ETH with the D, all right? This is just looks a lot like PEPECOIN. You can see because they run together, right? And you just see a longer consolidative pattern here. And it does look somewhat of a descending triangle, too, that may want to dump, though. I'll give it to you. The structure doesn't look amazing. I'm not in love with the market structure at all, even though I do hold the coin. But I'll give it its 6-7 months in time and into the bull run. We'll see where it goes. I'm not a huge fan of the price action right now. I'll be honest, though. It doesn't look amazing. Looks like it may have to go lower first before it can, really start to make maybe a longer rounded bottom. Really get some more buzz. Not many people know about this coin. It seems like getting sold off a little bit. $5 grand, $1,000, $2,000, $7 grand getting sold off. But look, $11 grand buy, $5 grand buy. Only time will tell, man. Market cap is still small. This thing is hot to me. And if you look where it's come from where it's gone, it's just really on a beautiful uptrend. I don't be surprised if it's somewhere up into the 20s, 30s. I don't know, somewhere by late June or July. It's possible, but who knows? I don't want to over-speculate there. All right. Let's take a look at Total 3, which is the entire market cap of all of the altcoins. Super important we kind of break this down and talk about it and see what's happening. Forgive me, I couldn't do my weekly updates this week because my life has just been so hectic. A lot going on. I may have been able to get to them, but I just felt like my focus wasn't going to be perfect, and I didn't want to, I just want things to be perfect, man. Or as close to informatively exact as I want them to be, right? I mean, really what I see is a shoulder, head, and right shoulder. What we want to see is, can this turn into something like this, right? Can we consolidate and get a bounce? However, previous support is resistance, and we are right at a resistance point. Bounce, resistance. And it's very similar to Bitcoin. Can Bitcoin get back above key levels? Can we get the bounce we need? You really need to solidify this move up. Otherwise, this goes further down. You're at top of the channel, and where do you go when you're at the top of the channel? And that's the thing. Pattern trading, you have to assume you stay in the pattern. So one, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. You must assume you likely come back to the bottom. That would give them a chance to bounce off the 200 MA on the daily, which to me is you don't really get much lower than that, consolidatively. If you look at how we moved in the last bull run, the only other time we had a massive dump near that 200 was our last flush out before a major move to the upside. So there's a chance they're pushing one more mass flush out, max pain for anyone involved, and then rippage back to the upside for Bitcoin. So again, these are the altcoins, Total 3, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. But you dang well know if Bitcoin gets the move, the altcoins will follow to the upside. So, again, what we are seeing here on the 3-day chart is hidden bullish divergence, right? And so, if this can hold zones and give us really what we want here, and you can extend this one to even a bigger, but that's a beautiful hidden bullish. And that tells us that the trend should continue to the upside, especially how harsh this trend is. And so all eyes on tomorrow, really, into Monday, into Tuesday. We need this market to get above these resistances. If not, most price action is going to come back down, and we're going to have a pretty bloody Monday. So I do see something brewing like that. That's actually possible. All right. Oh, don't worry, Ernest. I love you, man. Don't ever apologize, man. I love you, brother. It's all good. Don't apologize. I went on an AMP today, picked up the 64K. It's all good. I shouldn't, I get distracted easily, man. It's just not, I have a strange brain, man. I'm not perfect socially either. Sometimes I don't say the right things. I work on that all the time. I always feel like I offend people sometimes accidentally. I never mean to. I'm just not, I'm more of a nerd when it comes to things. Shout out to Justin Cashmore in the house. Justin, I love you, man. I appreciate you. All right. The monthly is so overbought, but you really can't go on the monthly too much. The last time we got this high in the monthly, it was the beginning of a massive rally. So I will tell you, though, it doesn't look amazing, right? If you but look at that huge buy wick up there, though, which is pretty, so far is pretty bullish to me. 2-week chart wants to come down on you too, but I've seen this happen before where the 2-week wants to come down, and that's really the catalyst of a massive move on out. You see the 21 crossing the 50 and the 100 and coming for the 80. It's a pretty bullish sign. So I think there are memberships left. Just try to grab one. I don't know, though. Possibly not. I get that music back up and running, and I apologize to take the music away. This is what I've been listening to the music the whole time. I've just been vibing. It's been unfair, you know what I mean? I've been vibing the whole time. What are your thoughts on Runestone airdrop? Dog to the moon. I have not negated them on the way. Honestly, I don't know about Runestone. I don't know enough about it. Like, I'm not like a... And so, like, I'm hearing some people say that there's a lot of insider, you know, trading. Guys gonna do, you know, controlling the market a little bit. Is there some, you know, I don't know. Those are rumors. Again, who knows? I hope Runestone does well. God bless everyone that got in and is doing their thing. I probably got airdrop some, and we'll see what happens. I did get Sats Hunter. Like, I'm looking at it to inscribe and stuff. And long-term ideas, too, right? Shout out to all the livers. We're hanging in there. Bear the bull. Never missed a beat. Amen, man. Shout out to my man, David Kendall in the house. God bless you, bro. You're the greatest, Sammy from Miami. We love you, man. Any thoughts on BlockDAG? I invested 50. I don't know. Maybe one day it'll be all right. No guarantees, man. Shout out to Ernest Lee, man. Decrypted.tax. If you want to jump on in and get yourself your taxes taken care of, get 25% off standard pricing and a free consultation. At least get the free consultation. Ask him what's happening. You may get the answer you're looking for, and it may actually make you want to hire him and do the right thing. He's an attorney, too, a tax attorney, so you have that privilege. It's amazing. Really things that you can't get anywhere else, all in one umbrella here at Decrypted.tax. And earnestly, thank you so much for the love. We appreciate you. Can you check DEVVE and ENA? DEVVE and ENA. Yeah. And we'll take a look at Crypto Rank, too, as well. CryptoRank.io. And I like to look at, you know, what's kind of trending here too as well on coins. See, most visited today, Omni Network, which people asked me about yesterday. Remember that? It's kind of starting. XLR, which was a hot coin that really never stopped pumping. Nice to see it kind of. Multibit, Mubi, definitely BRC20 idea, up 46% in the last 7 days. Ronin, another interesting coin, right? Brett on base. Starting to get trending a little bit. Maria, back to that 6-7 area. Like to see Maria, you know, back in the mix there. Satoshi VM, Runes Bridge, that might get some love, you know. And Pal AI, which came back down to some lower prices than it's been at. Pal AI could be a beautiful pickup. OPSEC is another coin that I really like. That could be a beautiful pickup. And remember, I rode that Cetus up to the upside. Cetus is going to be the DEX for Sui. So if you think Sui's too high, Cetus will make the multiple, in my humble opinion. But, you know, do your own research, figure that out. That's what I'm thinking when it comes to Cetus, an idea I got. 01, another new coin out there. 5 or IRE. Axie Infinity getting some love, which is pretty interesting. But Axelar, I'm going to look at that. Starknet coming all the way back to 132 from that $2 level. I'm happy I never chased Starknet. And just dollar cost averaging into Ondo. I really like it down in these 80s. Anywhere from like $40 to $80 to me is a steal. Tone, I believe, is going to continue to do damage over time. Manta Network is definitely something that I would slowly dollar cost average. I could see it doing a Celestia. And Solana, holding 150, coming back strong. It's really showing strength right now. I'll be honest. Like, it went to that 130. It looked like we were going to teeter. And to see that bit of a bounce there for Solana is pretty powerful, right? Merlin Chain also doing some damage. That BRC20 connection there. Katamoto, I keep seeing people talk about it a little bit as well. So this just kind of keeps you privy to what's hot. And if you guys want to know about ETH, and I remember Barachain was a chain that I was doing some airdrop stuff on. Maybe some airdrop stuff coming for Barachain. You just have to do some swaps, hang out, play with the network a little bit. I was doing that like a month and a half ago or something, so I can't even remember. I have to get back in to Barachain. We take a look at ENA, and let's take a look at what's happening with ENA USDT here. And that's on MEXC Athena. Honestly, been one of the hotter coins to look at, right? And so today I even saw it that was in a bit of a flag, like it wanted to pump. You know, it did a little dip down to maybe grab some liquidity, but it never lost the 200 SMA. See, to me, it's all about the 200. My stop losses are always below the 200 SMA because if you can stay above it, you're likely going to get a pump. If you don't, then it really kind of, you know, generates that fear. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, though. You really want to stay in this level. It's kind of like all eyes on this and all eyes on BTC. It could start to go parabolic, though, to the upside. I like that you're above the 200 on the 1 hour. Right there, getting in with a stop loss below to see if you can ride. And there's a chance that we never go below the 200. If we go below the 200, then I cut the trade off. You know, something simple as that. And we'll lose the $1, you know, physical or that mental idea, $1. You know, it's a mental number. So again, you're watching this flag above the 200. And can you continue this move further to the upside here for ENA Athena, right? And this coin's been kind of taking the market by storm. A lot of people have been jumping into it. had a pretty nice pump to the upside not too long ago here when Athena just came in at 56 cents and ripped all the way up, if you can see, to $1.49, did a 3x, got slammed back down, and now you can see that it may want to make another big move here. That measured move takes you to $1.40. Look for Athena to stay above its 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame, all right? And I haven't been as alt hungry as with the swing trading, because the swing trading's not amazing, right? So we can't put out hundreds of charts right now and look at all the different things, but there's still opportunity in the market. You just got to be a little more selective. And so this is where I grab up Bitcoin. See, there's times to DCA, there's times to aggressively trade, there's times to do a little bit of both. There's times to aggressively DCA and not do any aggressive trading. For me, like, I know when to switch it up. Like, I know when to not swing trade. See, as an old trader, I used to just keep swinging in a horrible market when there was no reason to do that and chew up my portfolio. Now I take the gains from the good times of swing trading and DCA heavily, pull myself back, keep myself, patient, and then I begin to build, that way when the market rips back up, I get rewarded for it. Then some of those DCAs do become a swing and it can play out. But look for the price to stay above the 200 SMA here. All right. MA, you can call it an SMA or the MA, really moving average, right? It's just the regular moving average, not the exponential, not the weighted, not the SSMA, none of that, right? All right. All right. And we want to see 65.5 hold. Like, that's our key level here for Bitcoin, right? So let's take a look at what happened here on that 1 minute chart. Like, we got a rippage to the upside. Really, really nice. And again, that's beautiful, right? To see Bitcoin pump. And look, the signal flashed, and I didn't get a chance to see it, right? Once this candle closed above the 200, I would have longed had I seen it. I wasn't able to see it. Maybe you guys were screaming, Sammy, your signal. I give the signal to the group whenever I see it. We trade it all the time. I could take someone off the street and literally say, hey, listen, open up this chart, put a yellow line, only buy when we get above the yellow line, close when the stochastics get high, call it a day, make gains. And so right there would have been the entry. I would be out right now. You're too far away from the 21-day moving average. That was definitely a beautiful short squeeze to the upside, and I missed it going over some altcoins. But again, you can't get it all. But look at that short squeeze to the upside here. These are actual liquidations on the chart. That's what these red lines are. And look, beautiful short squeeze to the upside for Bitcoin. Almost every time I'm live, we get a beautiful short squeeze. I can't believe I missed the short squeeze. Dang. Beautiful short squeeze to the upside, though. Can you check D and ENA? We got to look at that other one he asked about, DV, right? Ticker BICO. And shout out to all you beautiful people, man. The $1.99, the $49.99, the $1.99, the $2 pound, the $2, the $10, the $99, the $5, the $6.90 from Stas, Tesla, man. All you awesome. Busted Crypto, Ice Mike 69, AMP, CPOOL, BICO. So we got to look at BICO, CPOOL, and AMP, and DEVVE. But look at that beautiful short squeeze for Bitcoin. You can see people coming on into the stream. That got people excited. The stream pumped up. 1,256, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's keep that energy ripping. 927 here. The only weekly live stream that brings it to you every single week. But look, when you get this far away from the 21, you're coming back to it fast. I would take profits quickly. Expect volatility on Sunday night into Monday morning. There's that volatility. That's what we're looking for. Now, if you can stay above this key level, there could be a bounce. So here you want to start kind of predicting if there's going to be a bounce here. How? We could kind of draw this. We could draw that. And now I'm going to look at other moving averages on the 7-minute, right? 7-minute breached the 200. Beautiful. 15-minute. Now, what I like, too, is the 15-minute was the more bearish time frame, and that thing flipped like a woof. That's amazing, right? Flip like a seal. And again, whenever you're above the 200 SMA, there's likelihood of a move. This is the flag that we were drawing here on the 1 hour time frame, right? And that has that measured move to the upside. Bang. We'll take that away now, but boom. And again, we saw this on the 1 minute by seeing that symmetrical triangle. We knew which way it could break up to the up or down. We're going to peel that away now. We don't need it at the present moment in time, but nice breakout for Bitcoin. I just want to see it stay above 65.5. Already getting rejected by that key level as fast as furiously as possible, right? I don't want to delete my VRVP. That's my baby, man. So nice move out this flag. I'm going to delete this for now. And the signal, 1 minute breaching the 200 SMA to the upside is really how you start to make bacon on the beach. And what it does is it gets above there, it closes, and then it gives you a second. It gave you 1 minute, actually, to get in. It gave us a 1 minute candle right there to get in once confirmation. You could even wait for this to close, and then that's your confirmation candle. You're in right there with a stop loss on the other side, and you're in the money. Had I seen it, I would have traded it live. I did not get a chance to see it as it happened. I was going over an altcoin, right? Now you want to see if Bitcoin can flag out here, get closer to the 21, and this could continue its onslaught to the upside. Remember, ETFs come back into flow tomorrow, and then you have Hong Kong, all sorts of stuff going on that could propel further to the upside. And you also have people that think it's a sell the news event. You have miners trying to get out, miners may have stacked Bitcoin that they need to sell right now. It could be a bunch of different things. All right. One thing that got me thinking right now is to look at the DXY, right? I just want to take a look at the DXY while we have a chance and see what's happening on the DXY. Wow, look at nasty dump right back down. That was a pump and dump, man. Look at that. Boom, boom. And that's why I don't trade Sunday nights into Monday morning. Look, if you don't know what you're doing, now you're in you open this trade, now you're in the ring. No, and that's why whenever I trade this, it's up here, out there, and in. And look, I just told this to my trading group, which is so funny. I just mentioned this on the Discord, and let me show you what I'm saying. That's why I'm trying to guide you. That's why I really believe it's good to have a mentor in this game and not to try to do it by yourself, at least at first. You guys just got some alpha right there. Look, 7-day P&L, 34,000, 9,000 on the 20th, And again, I'm not trying to brag. I'm just showing you this is what happens when you stay in the game. You buy on the low, right? 19, 9, 28, and then the 21st, 17 grand, right? So there's money to be made in this market at all times, all right? There's money to be made in this market at all times. So what did I want to show you right here? Yeah, so hold on. Let's see. I know where I wrote it, but I was saying is get in on the 1 minute when you move, get out at the stochastics RSI. Like, we don't want to play a lot of games here, right? Look, yesterday, Bitcoin whales finally buying the dip. On April 18th, the top Bitcoin holders own more than 0.1% of the total supply added 19,000 Bitcoins at an average price of 62,500. Historically, accumulations by these addresses have frequently foreshadowed increase in Bitcoin's price. I'm just saying, why would the whales dive in so hard to sell 66K? It doesn't make any sense. All right. So fall in love with the process. The act of doing is the success. There is no end. I should say there is no. I always typo, man. I get really annoyed with it at one point. There is no end. We must be in the moment. Amen. But again, I just got to always be patient. Take a deep breath and relax, man. That's what it's all about in this life. Falling in love with the present moment in time that you're in so you can build the future that you want to live in. That's really what that's what this entire life is about. Building the future that you want to live in by living in the present moment. That's the definition of success, in my humble opinion. Living in the actual moment of being in the journey, not worrying about the destination, knowing that being on the way to the destination is life. That's life. Always being in motion. It's never going to be. See, I used to get upset with life because it wasn't this perfect plan that I thought, because I wasn't ready to be all moving like Bruce Lee. Always changing like water, right? Always ready for the next move. Always ready for the next thing. And it's interesting. A second ago, Bitcoin's booming. Next thing you know, Bitcoin's dumping in your face. Now it's below the 200. Now that's a bear signal for me to short the market, right? So now you'd open a short with a stop loss on the other side. But watch them rip it both ways. That's why I just let this chop figure itself out tonight and not do anything, The 4 hour, doesn't look amazing. I'll give you that. But the 2 hour wants to brawl, wants to party. I like this feel-good music, man. It makes me feel good, so I listen to it. I listen to music that puts me in a good mood. It helps me no matter what's happening. And you know what? When we stream, I streamed this morning, I streamed today, right? Man, it's crazy how much what I had to do today too. But I'll keep it quiet for now. My attorney told me to be quiet. So I listened to my attorney. This is just a test, I think. But I'm going to show you that I can listen. You know what I mean? In case we ever have to work together on another level. Blessings on blessings, man. And again, like I like altcoins right now, but the altcoins that I'm talking about, I'm giving my trading group, and I'm telling them kind of what my idea is, right? And I've been saying that for the last few days. Just it's RWA, it's Ondo, GFI, Bricken, you know, and I've been kind of listing off coins that I believe are going to do pretty well, right? Aerodrome, like things that are already hot, looking what's hot, and kind of adding to the bags that I've already been in on, like adding to my Casper bag, adding when things look really, and that's what I like about having conviction. You know exactly what you want to be grabbing and exactly when you want to be grabbing it. Right? Let's take a look at that fear and greed index too. Let me get that loaded up for a second and see what that's looking like. Oh, and I got Fiat Leak home, which I don't even need anymore. I love this Fiat Leak. If you ever want to check out fiatleak.com, check out Fiat Leak. They can show you where the Fiat's leaking, baby. All over the map. It's leaking everywhere. They're leaking that Fiat over the ground like oil. Well, let's look at what happened at SQT. Remember? You guys were talking about the Sudbury network. So look, that's a cup and handle. This looks hot to me. Like, of all the coins that are hot right now, ENA is hot. If anything can make a move tonight, it could be ENA. All right. Ooh. Bitcoin spiked up really hot and came back down. But the 1 hour still looks like we could get a move. The 4 hour isn't in our favor. And we're battling it out here on the 1 minute time frame. Going up and down like ridiculousness here. A whipsaw. We call that a whipsaw in trading. All right. We already went over Bitcoin in depth through the weekly all the way down. So you got to figure that out on yourself. All right. Okay. Chop shop, baby. Exactly. You don't want to get chopped up in the chop. All right. Sign up for the weekly newsletter, everybody, every single week. We put out 2 weekly newsletters for your amazing knowledge pleasure, to give you knowledge, to keep you going, to show you what's happening, and to break it down for you every single day. So blessings on blessings it is to be alive with each and every one of you. Share my special moments with you guys. I go live a lot. We spend a lot of time together, right? I believe Bonk is going to have some pullback, possibly. Everyone buys Bitcoin at the price they deserve. I like that. Very bearish, correct. V-shaped recovery to the downside. Fear and greed index is fine. I just checked my underwear. All clear. Wow. Sundays are all over thanks to BlackRock. I feel like this manipulated. Sure, good entry for ETF Monday. Might be wrong, but there's a pattern forming since the ETF. Yeah, but Sundays were always volatile, man. The pattern to me is right on schedule. Everything's been kind of doing exactly like it used to. But again, I'm not perfect. Maybe I'm wrong. That's what I've been seeing. FOMO network, man. Father of meme. $32 million market cap. Got an Ethereum. Thing ripped. The network for social. Buy FOMO. Interesting. NFT collection. View chart for gaming. Cosmos, it says right there. Rarible. DEX tools. Interesting. FOMO markets, huh? Embark on a journey through a growing ecosystem where education and innovation is at the forefront of our mission. Just the fastest growing community and join the fastest growing community and shape the future of FOMO Network. We told you it's the fastest growing community, so it is. You'll listen to us. But it is pretty fast, jumping up. $32 million market cap, right? Still, I mean, I'm not saying that's huge, but, you know, something to think about. Went over a bunch of memes for you, too. A bunch of different ideas tonight, but it is Sunday night. It's not where I'm like, Tuesday is hot. Wow, look at this thing. Out of control, though. Now, I don't know. I don't see lock liquidity. That makes me worried about it, so just be careful. But it doesn't look like a meme. I mean, this thing is out of control, right? It was just 2 cents, and it ripped all the way to 6 cents. I don't know, maybe something to watch. FOMO Network. I just heard about it. I didn't get paid to talk about it. I have no idea what it is. I don't own it. I literally just fell upon it. You know, it's just something that I do. Through my curiosity, I find a lot of coins. Join the trading group. Once you do that and you come to the website, cryptolifer.com, you'll see right here that you can join the weekly newsletter. Jump on in today and do that. Join today, and join today. Hang out. with other multimillionaires, people that have done a lot of things, me, my friends, all sorts of other people in my life, and people in the trading group that can teach you how they made massive gains, show you what we're doing, keep you calm, collected, and really it's about having the mental belief in yourself that you can do anything you want, all right? So Catmodo seems to be on a little bit of a tear here. Catmodo, baby. And I'm really happy that things got better for everybody in Dubai, right? And it seems like things have been all right? Cat coin, all the cat coins are up, right? So funny. Bitcoin not looking pretty good right there, actually. Looking more bearish than bullish. And I told you, I felt bearishness, but then I saw a pump out of nowhere. It looked interesting, but it was like, unless we got above key levels, right, and held them. Look, that's a shoulder, head, and right shoulder. Look, that should play out like a head and shoulder. Look. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Neckline takes you further down. We would dump pretty nastily, and we just got rejected again by the weekly support or resistance. 65,666, 65,000. They will not let us pass. Thou shall not pass weekly support or resistance. They just don't want us getting that love. They just don't want us getting any love, man. Just be careful. I wouldn't trade the choppy Bitcoin mess tonight. Be very careful. But that looks like a head and shoulder pattern that wants to break further to the downside. Level would take you to 63,589, something that I'm definitely looking at, all right? It hits 57.4. It will fill the weekly gap to 52.5. Easy money to plan for if you aren't fever dreaming. They can't stop us, bro. We too strong. I mean, yeah, the bearish scenario is that we go down to 52,000. I'm open-minded to that. That's a shoulder, head, and shoulder. That wants to break down. You lost the point of control. You lost the 200 SMA. Usually, you're going to get a move to the downside. But again, I have been seeing some chop. Bitcoin's been hanging out. But that was a pretty volatile move for BTC. Just really ripped the shorts to the upside here and then decided to come right back down. Is this live or recorded? Are you serious? I'm that good? You think I'm recording this? I mean, I'm flattered right now that you would ask if this is recorded. God bless you. I mean, that's like, you just made me feel like I am the greatest live streamer on earth. It's like when a guy freestyles and people ask him if it's written. And he's like, wow, I'm that good. You know what I mean? I love you, man. God bless you. Amen. Amen. Mr. Sammy, the real live and always alive during the weekend, baby. Amen. No, I don't drink any type of booze. These are just Spindrift sodas. Promise. I gave up drinking alcohol a long time ago. I don't even like to joke about it because, you know, my dad used to get pretty, just whatever, man. I'm not going to get into it. My dad was an awesome guy, but, you know, there was alcoholism running rampant throughout the Irish. You know, my whole family drank. I drank less than all my family. Both my sisters, my mom, my dad. I was always kind of the black sheep of everywhere I've ever been. I don't know why. So, you're the greatest. You are the greatest, Rave Song Records. I love you, man. We are all the greatest. Every one of us here is the greatest. Together, we are the greatest, man. I share in you, you share in me. Together, we are one, man. My wins are your wins are my wins. And together, we make it happen. Cat Moto's on BNB. Oh, Pancake Swap right there. It looks horrible right there. I don't know. Why Dex Carino wouldn't give us the love? Let's look it up. How come I can't find this thing, Catmodo? When that happens, I go to CoinGecko sometimes and they have it. Sometimes people don't want to pay to get listed twice, or it's cheaper on CoinGecko, so they just go the CoinGecko route. I've seen it happen a few times. I wouldn't be surprised if we get it right here. Catmodo, we can't get it, huh? Am I doing something wrong? Am I spelling it wrong? Catboy up 38%. Look, Catcoin up 29%. Cat in the Dog's World up 13%. Like a Cat up 33%. So cat coins are pumping, and Wendy O said her cat coin was pumping. So RIP to your pops. Thank you for saying that, man. Future millionaires through all the interwebs. God bless you. Yeah, man. Lost my mom young to liver disease at 50 from a family of alcoholics. I'm the black sheep. Adam Davis, go to my Twitter. Grandmaster Friend Proof is the 200 lever. You might just want to join. RIP to your pops. CATA, right? It's CATA. CATA. Funny, no one wants to list it. There it is, Catmodo. I knew we were going to get it. Oh, it's tiny with a tiny... I mean, that's... I wouldn't touch that. 87,000. I don't know if that's the right one, man. We'll do one more below it. Liquidity 1.57. No, that's this. Nope. I'd stay away from this. 45 million. That could be it. This is it right here then, right? I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell. I'd stay away. I don't know what's the what here. That's the problem with these memes. You're a little tired tonight. You're not paying attention. Next thing you know, you have no idea what you're even buying. So I pay, you know, I don't mind waiting. I don't mind buying Solana and waiting 10 months for gains. You know what I mean? I don't have the guts to trade like Master Friend does. Amen. Chainlink starting to move. I prefer to make millions of dollars in a bull run. No, but I mean, he taught me many things, man, about liquidity, candle bodies. But I just find all I need is the yellow line, man. That's it. Patterns, support and resistance, and honestly, I trade similar gaps using the VRVP. Like there's gaps right here. There's a fair value gap right there. That candle doesn't hit that candle. That's your gap. VRVP got the gap. So I'd want to trade into this area and then into this liquidity. There's liquidity there, right? And you could say we kind of ate most of it, though. There's a bunch of gap. There's a gap there that hasn't been filled. There's a gap there. And look, there's a bunch of fair value gaps. It tells us that we could easily get this reversal and eat through this liquidity to the upside. All right. How do you think Sol could move in 10 months? I don't know, man. I take it one step at a time, my friend. One step at a time. Yeah. If you want to trade where we trade, MEXC is the place to be. Because if you're going to trade, you might as well pay the least amount of fees. 0.1 spot maker and taker fees. If it's applicable in your area, if you want a KYC, which you may have to on this exchange by June 30th, get yourself an RNS.ID. Go to RNS.ID and learn about a Palau ID. Find out more what's going on there. 0.1 spot maker and taker fees, 0% future maker fee, and 0.2% taker fee here. Lowest fees, highest profits. MEXC, very interesting place to trade. They also have access to the smallest coins. They come out really fast. Their leverage trading platform is by far better than anything I've ever seen. The user experience is amazing. The way I can move my stop losses is better. It's faster, more intuitive. Flash close, last close, all sorts of different ways to get in and out of the trade. You know, it's like I find it superior to anything else I've used recently in my life. But again, I don't push anyone to leverage trade. If you want to trade, I firmly believe you should learn how to trade spot. You should understand your emotions. Spot will help you learn your emotions. If you really want to leverage trade and you can't stop and you have a problem, I highly suggest you join my trading group. Jump on in with me, and then you can learn about who Master Friend is in my trading group and become purple. Ask someone in my group, what's the purple crew all about? They'll explain it to you. All right. Get an education. Like, learn what's happening in the charts. Don't just do whatever you want. Proper risk management is key, too. Like, you should know what you're willing to risk, why you're risking it. All right. And that's kind of what it's all about. So, like, right now, Bitcoin's kind of holding this key level. It got to bounce back again off 64,008. And so, like, I just want to see it hold chop. Wake up tomorrow morning in here and have the 1 hour tell us it's time to moon, right? So, remember, we got that full moon coming in 2 days. The full moon's coming in 2 days right there. All right. When is the next full moon? And I believe it's called it should be called the flower moon, right? We got the full snow moon. You got the full pink moon in March with the worms. Oh, April is the pink moon. This is the pink moon, man. The full pink moon. All right. At the appearance of moss pink, also called wild growth phlox or creeping phlox, one of the first wild spring flowers, right? Then we get the flower moon. Then we get the strawberry moon in June. Then you got the full buck moon, because that's when the deers really fully grew, fully become mature, right? In July. And then you got the sturgeon moon, right, where the fish come, right? Then you got the corn moon, where corn harvests the best, that September corn, man. And then the beaver moon, right, because you're a beaver. And then the full cold moon. And then we're all the way back again to the wolf moon, right? And there you have it, right? So those are the moons. I hope you know your moons. So we're headed into the pink moon, all right? Understand that. Understand the pink moon in April, all right? Someone asked about DEVVE, DEVVE. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that was misspelled. DEVVE. I don't know if that was misspelled. Can you analyze NEAR, please? I have almost everything in there. Wow. I sold all my NEAR for Layer AI a while back, which let's see what happens with that. Let's see if it's a make or break move. Wow, NEAR's been actually holding gains pretty nicely, to be honest, if you think about it. Still above $6. We were getting in NEAR super early. Back at a bean. You know, I was buying NEAR down here. Back in $1. It did the cup and handle, ripped to the upside. Look at what NEAR's doing. Number one, it's an amazing product. I really like what NEAR can do. Number two, it's got a good team. It's been around a substantial amount of time. I don't see them disappearing. But it's just like Bitcoin. Shoulder, head. Are we going to come back to the bottom of the channel, or are we going to make the right shoulder? Can we break on up, make a right shoulder? So we're kind of at a standstill for the whole market, right? Everything kind of is like sitting on this Bitcoin idea. So either we're going to have a massive dump tomorrow, back to these key levels, to the bottom of the channel, or this thing could make numbers. Either way, if it comes anywhere in this zone to me, which is 436 up to where we are now, is a steal for NEAR. And I find it only a matter of time. It's in a beautiful uptrend. Unless we get a black swan, the whole market takes a dump. It looks to me like NEAR could really continue to do some damage up to 12.12. Again, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no idea where NEAR is going to go, but NEAR does look interesting to me for sure. All right. Okay, let's take a look at the fan funding here as we jump back in to another beautiful day here on the channel. Blessings on blessings for everybody here that's alive and well. Okay. Thank you, Cat Addresses on the Twitter. I like the Beaver Moon. I know you do. I know you do. SEI. People go crazy when it's a full moon time. A lot of things happen that normally do not happen. I know. Very weird, right? My dad always said that, and he believed it. Every full moon, he'd tell me to be careful. Some nights he wouldn't go out on the full moon. He'd stay home. I'm serious. Just, you know. He'd be like, it's a full moon. We'll keep it early tonight. You know. He went with that instinct, man. He went with that instinct. Have you looked at VThor? No. No. Okay. Cat address DEEVE. I just wrote that. I couldn't find it. Yeah. We took that pump in the group. Bottom snipe, baby. Appreciate if we check Dojo. We got time. We looked at that shit. We got time. CPOOL on KuCoin and AMP. I want to look at AMP and CPOOL. Let's take a look at AMP here on MEXC. There's a bunch of ones. Ample fourth. Is that what we're talking about? Or AMP itself? There's two different AMPs. I just want to be clear here. So last time I saw AMP in this beautiful flag, but look, in the last few days, it just continued to collapse to the downside, right? That's Bitcoin. You know, once Bitcoin gone, everything went bye-bye. But I still like what AMP's doing. Look, in previous support is resistance for AMP, and it's bouncing pretty nicely. I wouldn't be surprised if AMP makes its way back to 19 cents. Again, Bitcoin's got to play ball. The market's got to be okay, but I like what I'm seeing here for AMP. We flipped this without getting too crazy on the fibs, too. We had a 786 fib. I do not chase wicks that are that big on a fib. Those are just some type of weird move to the upside. Maybe some type of group. I don't know what happened there, but that's pretty strange, right? But I do see AMP getting back to 19. I don't know if this is the right AMP, though. There's so many AMPs, so that's the only problem. Anytime ask me about AMP, we never know whether it's the right AMP or not. If they don't spell out AMP fully, we don't know, right? And there's my emergency light going off on me. It lasts about 2 hours, and that's all she wrote. I'm having to get a power pack for that, which I will get. So CPOOL was out of control. If you see, it was just at half a penny and a half. It went up to 36 cents, right? And now it's come all the way back down on a pretty sell-off, but it's got some hidden bullish now as you got to swing down and swing down. The daily wants to push back to the upside, and if you just take this fib, if you hit Control G, you can write a date in, and it will take you right to the date. So right here, you bounce off the 786 Fibonacci retracement, which also gives you a little bit of love here off of both this resistance and this resistance. So I like what I'm seeing for CPOOL. It's a hot project. People really like it. And there's a chance this thing wants to do some damage. Bouncing off that 786 on the bigger time frames. I believe the 3-day chart also looks pretty nice. It does. It's oversold on the 3-day. It's in this crazy uptrend. The moving average is a little far apart. But I'd watch this on the daily time frame. CPOOL has been getting some love, man, and it's a very interesting coin. We're trading on and off since the last rally. It's been around a long time. It's definitely bottomed out on that rounded bottom. So I wouldn't be surprised if you do see CPOOL somewhere out at $41 not too long from now. All right. So we showed you the trending coins. We talked about Bitcoin. We broke down a lot of different things. Let's take a look at the DXY and see what's happening on the DXY. And what's this DEVVE coin? I don't want to be rude to you. I don't know. It shouldn't be this hard to figure out. Yeah, if I can't find it, I can't find. I got to move on. You know what I mean? Seems like it's, let's try it here on CoinGecko. I guess these coins are like hard to find. I don't know where you guys are finding them. Dex Tools, Dex Screener. I don't know. I don't know where it's at. Yeah. So appreciate it. I don't mean to be rude, but you know what I mean? And then there's ALPH.im, which is different than ALPHium. You see it? Like these charts these are different coins. I'm gonna show you the DXY in a hot second too. That's ALPHium V2 too. Look at that thing just booming. Crazy sauce. And look, it got back above its 200 SMA on the daily, which is always a catalyst for a pretty big move to the upside. This is just getting started. This thing may begin to get a pretty big run, so interesting. I'll show you the measured move here. Takes it up to about 57 cents. Previous support is at resistance. It did a nice pump to the upside. I would look for the 7 or the 5 to make a flag. Wow, the 7-minute doesn't look too bad, actually. Look at that. I'd look for this to continue in a flag, and this thing actually might pump through the night. It's getting some type of buzz here, and it still has legs. It's getting a little oversold, but the 7-minute may get one more pump. And again, it's high risk, right? Running into a flag late at night, you never know. So just be careful, my friends. Don't be chasing just because you feel like, your emotions are not your best friend. Okay? Merlin, please, Great Sam. Isn't that Merlin chain now? MERL. USDT here. We'll take a look. On Bybit, CoinEx. I'll look at it on CoinEx. Because CoinEx really, small exchange chain that really gets the sauce of these coins. So, thing just came out, honestly. This thing just came out. It got slaughtered to the downside. But that usually happens if people got airdropped or it's a new process. I know this has BRC20 connections. Merlin chain, Merlin swap, right? And so definitely could do numbers. I see this beautiful cup and handle. I like what I'm seeing here. And it could continue further to the upside, almost all the way here to about 129. It is double bottoming here. It basically, if you're buying, you have to really like the project and think this has to be the low. Because, it does look like a double bottom. There's some bullish div there. There's a chance we get a bump. But at this point, it's like, you put money that you're willing to lose. Like, who knows? Right? I know other people that really believe in that project, think it's going to do numbers. I don't know enough about it to feel that way about it. All right? I talked about Fordo recently. It's on my radar, right, on Coinbase. Inside the bit of a flag. It did get a nice break to the upside since I've talked about it. Nothing huge, but we were looking at it at 21, and it pumped almost all the way to the top. It actually did hit the first target at 29. I see this thing continuing possibly to 45, and it looks like it's on its way. It just got started. 2-day chart looks really nice. 3-day chart really just getting moving. So I'm watching this on the 3-day chart. The golden cross that occurred, this beautiful flag. I wouldn't be surprised if it takes its time. It might take 15 days or something or less, but somewhere around there. But I could see this thing hitting $45 Forta, right? You're not an idiot. No one's an idiot. It's DEVVE, right? There it is, DEVVE. $36 million market cap. Never heard about the thing. I mean, look at it. It got slammed to the ground, right? Could be a pump and dump. Who knows, man? I don't know, man. It's on you. The smaller time frames say it could make a move. It's in this little flag here. But, I don't know. You know, rising wedges break up. Parabolically, the length of the pole. And this is just like, I call this barbaric TA. When I just slap like the bare minimum. Because it's the end of the show and my brain is mush. Once you do like, I say up to 15 to 30 charts, you have to then kind of pull back again and like let the mind reset. Your brain just gets so charted out. Like you do get charted out over time. You got to take breaks, take walks, go for part. You know, I go outside and stare at the trees, look at birds. Even a 15-minute reset could be nice for the brain, just so you can see the chart. You don't want to get too caught up in your bias. All right. So let's take a look at the issues here for Bitcoin, right, and what we're talking about. 4-hour doesn't look amazing, as we said before. All right. There's a high likelihood the 4-hour takes over and this dump continues to go further to the downside. So just be careful. You know, there's a chance. However, could be a nice load up point for Bitcoin personally. I like what I'm seeing a little bit here for BTC. I find it quite interesting. I'm getting closer to one more Bitcoin. I just grab a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, right? And so I just like, you know, 500 a day keeps the doctor away, right? A little bit more BTC and a little bit more. Everyone's still saying, why wouldn't you buy altcoins? Altcoins are going to do so much better than Bitcoin. I know that. But for every few grand that I might throw into an altcoin, I throw $500 into Bitcoin. Like, see this 822? I'll close that out even, right? And I'll market buy some Bitcoin at these levels. 10 times, that's $8,000, right? And then next thing you know, and like, make sure you're on Bitcoin, everyone. See what I'm doing? I'm about to buy ATR, which ain't many even that bad. But look, it's back to 3.5 from the lows. We got it at 2.6. Make sure you're on the right coin, right? But I like this 820. I like this area. I like anywhere now below the weekly support at 65.5. Whenever below that, I keep reminding myself of Michael Saylor, the big boys, and all these people buying Bitcoin. And I just keep reminding myself to not get completely priced out and remain diligent about buying BTC. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. You got to do whatever makes you guys happy, and you know what you feel makes sense. And if you don't have any research or education, then how would you know what makes sense? It's not easy, right? So just be careful. No matter how many I found of this coin, I couldn't find one that made sense to me, right? So I went through them all. You guys figured them out. This could be it right here. Cat Moto. Yeah, Cat's really unbelievable. New Meme King coin. I don't know. I'm all set, man. I'm all set with your meme coin games tonight. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. It's 10:02. I am out for the night. I'm going to appreciate you all for being here and jumping on in. We thank you. And yeah, it's been an amazing live stream. Sharing it with each and every one of you has been a dream. I live in this moment right now with each and every one of you, and it's been a great moment. So maybe we have many, many more. Thank you for sticking with me, despite the audio not being perfect. But we're back up and running, and we got it the way we need it. So, and again, the lighting ain't too bad. It could be worse, could be better. And look, we don't have the fuzziness. I'm on my laptop, which somehow performs better than my $7,000 computer. You tell me how. That gets me going, to be honest. With less lighting, slapping it together, my travel setup, and it looks better, you know, without all that movement, right? I don't think you guys see the movement. Man, I'll check on this live stream, but I don't think I get it. So pretty weird to me Something about AMD, I feel like, you know, this thing's running ROG. I don't know what it is. The only thing I can think of is something to do with AMD, but I don't know. I can't place it. I'm pretty sure I build a new computer using NVIDIA, I'm not going to have the problem. And they begged me if I was streaming, and they begged me at the store not to use AMD. But I felt like I wanted to use AMD. So I really wanted AMD for the quietness and the ability to run 6 monitors. So now I don't know how I'm going to run 6 monitors, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to go to the store, tell the guy what I want, and say, make it happen. And, yeah. And I don't even think I need to spend as much as I did, to be honest, to get the same results. So I'll buy a new computer. I'll build it again. But the $6,000 computer gives me some issues. And I'm using the same camera, the same wires. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Blessings on blessings, everybody. It's a constant battle every day to figure it out. But we will do it. And I love you. I appreciate you. And I thank you so much for the beautiful live stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., ready to go like we do every day. God bless you all. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you for everything. You got me through some of the hardest times of my life, and you still do.